February 21, 2026. This night I was very close to be killed. It's a scary thing to think about, because it's a little change in what I have thought about and thinking. It was that I was thinking I was protected by heaven and God, but today am I not really sure about it. I don't know how to do it, because it was very scary this night, about 3 o'clock in the night. I was on my way to be strangled, and I was very frightened, and I work on to come alive again and come back and wake up and start to breathe again, because I couldn't breathe, and I was very scared, and it was very hard for me, this, and I couldn't wake up, and I couldn't breathe, and in the last second like that, I called my mother. I don't know how I was thinking like that, but in the last second when I couldn't breathe for a long time, I called my mother, and then I wake up. So it was she that come and helped me, and what caused this to almost be killed this night, it was that yesterday I find a picture of my classmates, a picture of the whole class, but I was not in the picture, so I was thinking that I can throw it away, because I am going to move to Israel, and I can't take with me all the pictures. And then I was thinking I take a copy of the picture and place it on the internet, because I am on the Facebook. I am in a group of those that have lived or live in that city where I grew up. Not my birth city, but we come to the city called Eskilstuna, and there my parents start a cafe, and we live in a very new house. But when my parents was thinking that we 3 kids we needed to start the school immediately. But the house was not ready to move into. So my parents rent an apartment in an old house that should be destroyed. But we could live there until we could move into this new expensive apartment. It was a 3-room apartment, and so it was like when I come to that city, my mother couldn't come with us because she had work. She was working in a hospital, and she couldn't move immediately. She needed to work until the end of her, when she could be free from her work. So I don't know where she lived, but we moved to this new city, and my father took care of us 3 kids. And of course, he was alcoholic, so he was drinking more than ever because he was by himself there. My mother was not there and didn't see what's going on in our home. And I was only 10 years old, 9 years old, on my way to 10 years old. And my brother and my sister, they were older, so they say it to our father that we take care of ourselves. We are going to the new schools. They say, you don't need to follow us. But I was only 9 years old and shy also. And I didn't know where the school was. So I couldn't walk on my own to the school. So my father took me to the school, and he was so extremely drunk. And most of the time he was drinking alcoholic every day, but most of the time that he could manage the life, and was very often that people didn't know he was drunk. And when my mother divorced my father, they told my mother, how could you divorce such a nice man? They say to my mother, because they didn't knew that he was drunk all the time. And then in the end of their marriage, they were fighting each other. It was fight every day between our parents, and we were crying. And when our father was not home, we were crying to our mother and told her to divorce our father. We cry and cry to our mother, can't you divorce him? we don't want him in our home. And I don't know what we, those that my sibling that was older say to our mother. And my mother said that, okay, I'm going to the church. And she had never been to the church, but she said that I don't know today if she lie about it, but she said I'm going to the church and talk to the pastor in the church, and she have never been in the church, and she said to us next day that I have been to the pastor in the church, Lutheran church, and he said to me that it was best to stay together with your husband because of the children. The pastor was saying to my mother. I don't know if she lie about it, but she say that. But then it's been too much fighting. I think it was in that time when they fight and my father fall on glass and come to the hospital, and he got a poison in his blood and sepsis he got, and was laying in the hospital, and I have told you that when we go into the hospital and meet our father, he was laying in the bed, and I didn't know what that man was, because I had never seen my father sober. It was the first and only time I saw him sober. And my mother said, go and hug and kiss your father. But I go behind her back. I didn't want to go to that man. I didn't know who he was. So changed he was. And so it was one fight too many. And my mother always win. It was she was the strongest of them. And he was always so drunk, so he was easy to take down on the floor. And so they divorced. And he was with me to the class the first day in the school. And the teacher saw that he was so very drunk. So she said to him that, I want to talk to you, she said, but we should not talk in the classroom. It's better to go out from the classroom and talk, she said. But it was too late, because my classmate saw that my father was drunk. And I'm not sure that he had his clothes on that he was in most of the time. That was very strict and clean clothes, and he was clean by himself also. He maybe wasn't it when we go to the school, because then the kids in the classroom, they say, oh, what that new girl, I don't know exactly what they say, but something they must have said, because they thought that we lived in that trash house. That's how I grew up. And I have told you that my father was a heavy drinker, but he had a nice work as a manager for an insurance company. But when we moved to this city, he was kicked out from his job, but he got lots of money because they kicked him, and he could buy a new Mercedes-Benz car, and he buy this apartment, 3-room apartment in the center of this city, and they could buy cafe, so they have lots of money. My parents, it was only that we couldn't live in our new home because it was not really built yet. But my classmate, they thought we had no money, and my father was a heavy drinker, and we live in a house where we didn't have any, like a bathroom. We have to go. It was a bathroom outside our apartment, inside the house, there where all people was going to that live in that multi-house. Maybe was, I don't really remember, but maybe 3-floor house. And then it was many people that have that bathroom. And so it was very bad. But they wanted us to start the school the first day. And so my classmate always thought that I was nothing. And many, I know today, when I have done my DNA, that some of my classmates was related to me. And those in the class, they were children to rich people. They have lots of money, and they thought that I was on the lowest level, and they mobbed me. They kicked me, and they talking bad about me, and they fight down me on the ground and scratch me over the body, and was very bad to me. So that picture that I find yesterday, I was not there, because that picture was about 3 years later, and I was old enough to could stay out from the school. My mother was going in the morning to the cafe and start to work about 6 o'clock in the morning, and she come home 9-10 in the evening. So there were no one home. So I hide me, and then I go back to my home. I pretend that I go to school, and then I go back home. And was in the home the whole day and make food and no one knew I was at home, and they thought I only was sick. But sometimes they find out that I had not been to the school, and my mother didn't know. In the morning I make food for my brother. My duty was to clean his home and make his bed. And sometimes he wanted to have sexual with me. My brother was 2.5 years older than me, and he was crazy, and he thought that I should be his girlfriend. So I was cute, and there was boys that wanted to be together with me, but my brother told them that I was not okay in my brain, that I was bad in some way, and so they didn't come, and they didn't ask me to be their girlfriend, because my brother protected me in wrong way, because I was his girl, and so he say everything bad. And later on, when it start be teenager, he told my mother that I did drugs, and my mother told me that my brother come home one day and told her that I was sitting inside the house, but I couldn't find the way to our apartment because I was full of drugs, he said to me. So my mother went down in the elevator, because we live on the 4th floor, and she come down, and then she saw, and it was not me. I don't know what my brother say, but he say it was me, but she went down and saw by her own eyes that it was not me sitting there, and so he told everyone that I did drugs, and one day I was with my mother to my aunt, and she have a friend in her home. I don't know if they have called for this man, or if he was. I think he was her friend, because my aunt had she make food to the prisoner. So this man was the police boss in the city, and I think my mother took me to her sister home because she wanted the police boss to see me, to come to know if I had been taken by the police, and because I have done drugs like that, and the police he didn't know me, because I had never been to the police station. And so they understood that I was not this drug person. It was my brother that told everyone that I did drugs. And I was not someone that they should trust. All my mother's sisters look at me as I was criminal, even if the police boss say that he had never seen me before. And because my brother was so strong in to say this. And he tried to make me be his girlfriend. And it was going on that he tried to rape me many times. And it ended when he go into the military. And there those boys in the military make him find a girl. So he come to be together with a girl that was not in his family. So that was like incest. I have to fight against my brother many, many, many times because he wanted to rape me. And I was going with in his car sometimes because he drove me to some concert, pop music concert or other things that teenagers want to do. And I was proud of my brother because he was nice looking also. All the girls was after him, wanted to be together with him, but he wanted to be with me. But then he got a girlfriend, and my mother, when I complained to my mother that why should I make breakfast to my brother? He can do the breakfast by himself. You must teach him how to do breakfast, I say to my mother. And then my mother said, because she was of the old age, and she said that he is going to marry to a woman that is going to make breakfast for him and make his bed, so he don't need to learn this. So you take care of that for him. And so she encouraged him in that way, that to think that I should be his wife. And but my mother didn't. She didn't understood. She never wanted to see it. She never wanted to hear it. I tried to talk to my mother about my brother, how he touched me in a way that a brother should not touch his sister. But my mother said, "Oh, stop. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it." And hold her ears so she couldn't hear me. So it was no idea for me to talk to my mother to help me. And but this night she come and helped me. So in that way she have changed. She understands now when she is in heaven, in afterlife, that how wrong she was, that she protected the bad, evil. My brother belongs to the devil's people. He is for sure the son of the devil, and will be. I have told you that I don't judge, because that's not me to judge. So mostly I don't say that someone is going to hell, but he is really going to hell, and he was evil from the start. So I don't think that he can come back to heaven as a child, because he was evil as a child. And my step sister, that was 5 years older than me, she pushed me out in the street when I was 3 years old, and she was 8 years old then. So it's not much hope for them. But I don't know, I don't judge, but I can almost say 99% that at least my brother is not going to heaven. And then I took yesterday the picture into that group on Facebook that belonged to our city, because I was thinking that I had hard to throw the picture away, even if I was not in the picture. So I did a copy and place it on this group, and I was not thinking about my brother at all. I have not thinking about him, only when I do this podcast. So I placed that, and I say that I am going to throw this picture away and not keep it, I says. And then I had this, and I have written number on everyone, because I have their names in the back of the picture. And there was 2 in the group that say they thought it was very nice of me to place the picture on the internet before I took it to the trash. And then in that group it was someone, it was not my brother's name, but he goes so mad about that I have placed this picture on the internet, and people they took the thumb up that they like it very much, and it's about 70 people that say they like that picture. And my brother, I understood it later on that it was my brother, because he also wanted to be in that group, because he grew up there, and also, of course, in his evil thinking that he should control the whole group. They are this that is with the devil, that is the children of the devil. They think they control the whole world. They think they are the master of this world. And so he go very, very angry that I had a picture of my classmate, and that people like what they saw. And I told them about this mob, how bad it was in in the class. And I say, I know I was not the only one that had it bad in the class, but in this, when you're mobbed, bully, when you're that, it's like you being focused on yourself because you need to take care of yourself. You need to survive. And so I wrote that there were more than I that was a bully of the classmate, but I didn't see it because I had enough with myself to survive, I say. And I say that it was bad in the school because we have a teacher that was outside when we should be out and get some air. And those teachers never come running. I was hit down to the ground, and that evil one, she was always girls that fight me, and they hit me in my face. And those teachers never come running. They wait a little, and then sometimes they walk around behind those children that stood and look at the fight, because no one of the children was going into that ring and help me to come up and stop the fight. And the teacher was walking around and let those people, that girl hit me the whole time. And I was bleeding from my nose and have scratch in my face. And then they go in and stop it. It was so evil. And I wrote about that yesterday, that those teachers that should help us, they didn't help us. They let us be hit and have pain and hurt. But I wrote this yesterday. The worst of everything was that when I lay on the ground and was hit, those kids that was around in the ring, they say, "Oh, good, hit her," and I felt like I was betrayed. I think it is the right word to say that I was the least of everyone. And after, in that time, I started to be together with immigrants that come from other countries. Those children was not allowed to be with my classmate. They stood by themselves in a corner, and I started to protect them. I have to stick with a fight sometimes on me, because I took care of those immigrants. And I was home to the immigrants in their bad apartments, because in that time, in the late 60s, they the immigrants that come, they were only go directly into to industry. They didn't need to know Swedish. They only was placed somewhere in the industry and start working from day one. They come to Sweden, and then they didn't got like today nice apartments. They got apartments that were leaves, flies, insects, spiders, and there were cold houses, and I didn't had anything in the apartment. It was not a real apartment. It was like a working houses, and they had no bed and anything. But the people that was from the same country, they helped them with some furniture and start in Sweden. It was not the Swedish government that helped like they do today. It was only that the only government helped them with was to get to work, and then maybe the house very bad that should be destroyed soon, and then they needed to try to help them themselves, and they got the money from the industry, but it was many people from Italy and Greek that moved to our city, because that city I live in that time, it is a very big industry city. They have very big industry there, and so I protected those children in the school, because I have no friends of the Swedish people, and so it have been from the beginning that no one helped me, and I was in the corner and I helped other people instead. They couldn't speak so much Swedish, and I protected them. And then I understood it was my brother that he wrote very evil things to me, why I place that picture in the group. And he was the only one that say negative things. And then it was some men in that group that told him, why are you saying like that to her? She don't do anything wrong. So they helped me a little there. So I didn't say anything back to him, because I didn't know first that it was my brother, that he was in the same group, and he come to see my name. He know my name. We don't have the same last name, so he know it was me, and then when I was thinking I should read it again and answer it, then I saw that it was some men that told him to stop saying what he was saying, evil things. And then in the night, I didn't understood it first when I wake up, after I have been fighting to to live again, because I was so deep down, so I was almost being killed by strangle. And I wake up and have pain in my throat, and my chest was also bad. And I wake up at 3 o'clock in the night, and I had to go up from the bed because I was thinking that I need to breathe correctly and make like the brain to understand to breathe right after that fight I had. And I was drinking much water also to clear up my throat. And later today I understood what it was. It was my brother that come and should kill me in the night. And now is it this? I'm not so very sure. But it was, I come to be protected of my mother. And in some way I understood to call my mother. And I don't know how. I know only that I called my mother when I couldn't wake up from it, and she helped me to wake up. So in that way I know I have protection from afterlife. But it was very bad when I was fighting for my life, and I couldn't breathe. And I was not saying with my mouth, my mother help me. I didn't say that. I said I couldn't breathe, so I say that in my brain. Yeah, I took it because I have learned to talk to them in telepathy. So I did that in the night, and I called my mother. But it's not coming automatic. It's not coming fast. But when I was on my way to lose the fight and be killed, then I remember to call my mother telepathy, and she come. And I don't know, I need to remember it if there will be any more a spirit fight, that I call for my mother as soon as possible I can. I must learn me to I'm going to write it up on my computer on the screen, say, call your mother if something happened. And I was thinking that my mother come and help me when I was to the hospital after I have been in Africa, and the doctor couldn't help me. They were prepared to find me dead in the bed in the hospital. And when I was laying there, and the infection in my leg had going up to my thighs and was on its way to go out in the whole body and go into the heart and kill me. Then it was December 24, and I I heard my mother on the radio because I had the radio on, and then I heard they say on the radio, "Happy Christmas," and they say it's 3 minutes past 3 in the night, and wow, I was thinking directly, that was the time when my mother passed away, when the doctor wrote on her paper that she died 3 minutes past 3. So I understood it was my mother that wanted to say Merry Christmas to me. But today I am thinking that she was sending these 4 angels that I saw in the room. In the hospital room, I saw 1 angel in every corner, in the 4 corners. And they were high up, so they touched the ceiling with their head. So slim but tall. And they were, they had no color, they were only gray, but I could see that there were angels. And then I wake up in the morning and I didn't have any infection in my body. I didn't have any fever, nothing. And 2 days later I was going home because I was okay. So at that time my mother come also when it was the last night in my life, I was thinking. And when I lay there in the hospital, I was thinking, no, don't burn away my brain, because I have so much fever, so it could take my brain. And I was praying for the brain to be okay. And it was. I'm still here. I can talk about the past. I remember everything. And that's what it was in that time, that the devil wanted to burn away my brain so I couldn't speak or walk or remember anything, what I have learned from God. So I will see. I have to wait a little because I have so much touching on me now. I was thinking I should listen on what the Spirit was saying to me yesterday, but I have not done that yet. But I'm going to do that after this recording. So I will see what's going on. It's very strange things what happen now, because the one that is coming in here, that is here, of spirits, that one it looked like a ghost, like we can see in a movie like that. He or she, I believe that is my mother that is here. Yeah, she say that she is here. And she have covering a gray white eggshell, that mix of fiber, over her head and down, all the way down to her feet. it's like I should not see her, because she is this special spirit in heaven, and I'm not allowed to see her. But I know she's there, and she say that you can make sure of, she's saying to me. And I ask her in telepathy, how can we do these things that I don't need to fight for my life like I did this night? How can we do so you coming and rescue me quicker, so I don't need that fight, because I still have pain in my throat still today because of what happened in the night. And then it's not so nice to go to bed, but I know nothing happened, because when I took a nap now, after lunch I took a nap and I was sleeping very well. So nothing happened there. And I hear you that listen on this, that I should tell my mother to make my brother walk away from earth, that sweep him out from earth. But it's not me to do it. I am not here on earth to kill anyone. I am here for life. So I can't tell my mother to go and kill my brother. He can do that. And he had all his family in hell to be here in the night to strangle me, to kill me. And they failed because I had the protection of my mother. And she is in Jerusalem. She come with me to Jerusalem the last time I was there, and she was staying there, but she is not staying like a normal person in a grave like that, but she is there and take care of Jerusalem and not take care of here in Sweden. She come with me to Jerusalem, but she can hear me because she belonged to heaven, and she have a overlook. She can look and hear everything here on earth. So in this crowd of people that are praying and talking to heaven and this, she heard me. She heard that I needed help, and she come to my rescue. So the silver cord is not cut here between us. So she knew I was in dangerous, and she come. But I don't want this to happen again. That it was so extremely hard to come alive again. And I was worried, my brain, if it's not get any oxygen, that it should be bad. Not only to be killed, but if I wake up, the brain should be bad. And I was very, 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 very sleepy when I wake up. But after 1 hour like that, drinking water and playing games, that I have some nice games that games on the internet that I have bought that is a relaxing game. I don't have games that is going to evil things. This is positive things. So I sit and it's a puzzle that I have bought. So I sit and lay a puzzle, 2-3 puzzle, and clear up my brain in that way to know how to put the pieces together. And then I sleep very well that night, the night, because I have cleaned up everything from evil things. So it's not nice to know that such evil spirit can come into my life. And I had talked to God before I fall to sleep. I have told them that I love them, all that is in the good afterlife. I say today good afterlife because I don't think they in a bad afterlife. There is a bad afterlife and a good afterlife. So be sure that you're talking to the good afterlife and not to the devil's people. And I did that, but still they could come in because they were so angry. Maybe most angry that some men helped me and told my brother to not write those evil things he write to me. And I don't want to go back and see what he was writing and tell you what he was writing. I can tell you it didn't make sense what he was writing, but he wanted to have that control. I step into his control area, and you know what I'm talking about because you have had the devil in your life or have the devil in your life. You know, they want the whole area. They want the whole world. They make those saying bad things about other countries, and they work with money. The devil is about money very much, and so they have to pay money to that president. That is so evil things, and make it hard. They twist around. They make like a carousel for people, so they don't know what to think and how to make a decision. And that I was talking about, I think it was yesterday I talked about this, that I have this. I have hard to make a decision when people come up in my face and want me to decide yes or no on a decision. I can't. And that is, the devil have done that on me. So you know where you are in, how close you are to the devil. Not that you are the devil, but the devil can hunt you. So you know, and the only protection is to cover you with afterlife. God is in the afterlife. They are in the afterlife those that can really protect you. I love them. I love God, and I love those in afterlife. And I'm so thankful that I have a powerful mother that could come down to earth and help me. So that was very scary, this night. It was not a nightmare, it was for real. So thank you for listening, and God bless you.